Lima Victor India 271 Tree IFR to de Gaulle, ready to copy. Clear to de Gaulle, via the Gosa 1 Delta departure, runway 06. Climb via SID, maintain 6000, expect flight level 41010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 119.875, squawk 0015, SUZ Lima Victor India 271 Tree.
SUZ Lima Victor India 271 Tree, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.755. Good day.
Edinburgh ground, SUZ Lima Victor India 271 Tree with Quebec, ready to taxi IFR.
SUZ Lima Victor India 271 Tree. Taxi to and hold short of runway 06 using taxiway Golf Lima Alpha. Contact tower on 118.705 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 06 using taxiway Golf Lima Alpha. Lima Victor India 271 Tree.
Everybody, I'm back with another flying video, and what seems to me be a centuries ago since my last video that was uploaded. So I've not run away. I'm still here. You can see that from the video, and I'm in Edinburgh at the moment with a rainy, sunny, happy weather that we do here in Scotland. I'm going to be taking a little journey with you to Paris, using this new plane that I've just only had maybe about 30 minutes in prior to this flight, so it's not going to be good. There's going to be things I'm going to forget, and I'm going to give it my best, all that I can, while I'm flying with you, and I hope you all enjoy. I know this is a long, boring taxi, so I'll talk about a little bit about why I've been mission in action, should I say. But at the end of the day, when I'm gaming and I'm using my Xbox as a hobby, so if I've not got the time in real life to squeeze it in, I'm not addicted. I don't have to put the computer on, I don't have to play. So I only tend to play when I've got the time and when I'm kind of in the mood, in a way, if you know what I mean. That's what a hobby is. You only put it on when you want to put it on. So with that, a lot of things happen through Christmas and New Year, and there's been a lot of other things happening as well. So it has been a long time since I've got to sit down, chill, do what I need to do and sit and play my games. So that's when that sort of situation happens, my video uploads is going to suffer in the background because I can't play and record and edit and everything when I'm not playing the game in the first place, if you know what I mean. So I hope you all understand that this channel's not going to be a second job, and it is going to be whenever I get the time to do what I need to do and I can sign in. Things might improve a wee bit later in the future because there's stuff that was going on that we're now changing, so we might get more and more uploads coming soon. But until now, it's as and when you get to see them, and if you see it in your newsfeed, then you're going to be even more happy when you've got a video uploaded. I'm sure I know I heard somebody saying that they're thrilled as soon as they see it in their newsfeed. So that's probably going to give you an extra little bonus to watching the videos at that time, because you don't know when they're going to be there. But I will get back to our schedule sooner rather than later, as fast as I can. But at the moment, it's as and when. Without that nonsense out the road, let's get back to flying and let's get the job in hand. So I know I'm taxiing rather fast here, excuse me, taxiing really fast, but I'm still learning. I've only had a few hours in the plane, not much, just barely switching it on, lifting it up off the air and putting it back down again. That's basically all the time I've had. I've not done a proper flight, so this is going to be my proper flight. I do watch a lot of IRL stream, like videos online. People, real pilots flying this plane. So most of my knowledge and my G3000 knowledge from previous planes are all from those videos. But as you just seen a wee second ago there, I've forgotten to set that barrel in that wee small standby version of the Garmin's. So I don't know if that matters as I go along. It's not, my barrel's not set in 3 places, but hey ho. This is not an entertainment education video. It's a video of a novice flying a plane in a sim and having a game, So it is going to take us a while to get all the way down to the runway. So I'll fast forward here, ready to jump onto the hold shot and talk to tower to get our clearance onto the runway. Hear that rain battering off the aeroplane as I do this, can't you? I'm just switching the pedal heats and things on at this point because I never kept them on at the start because I knew the journey down there. Whether that's right or wrong, who knows. But I follow that procedure in the Vision Jet, so I'll do it here as well. So this is me just trying to figure out why my autopilot never kicked in when I stopped. So work that out and we'll get underway, because the little section of me going on to like taking off doesn't go to plan. We're not getting this autopilot, are we? Or anything coming to tower? Right, well let's just work that again and do it manually.
Tower, SUZ Lima Victor India 271 tree ready for IFR departure, runway 06.
Clear for takeoff runway 06.
Cleared for takeoff runway 06. SUZ Lima Victor India 271 tree.
Well, there's no time like the present and get ourselves up onto that runway and end up taking off. Now, as I do this takeoff, there's certain things that I've forgotten to set up on the plane, so a lot of this stuff is going to go wrong. You know me, and you know my ideas of trying to fly. But here we go, we'll just put ourselves on the runway. I think I do a roll-on takeover here, to be honest. Don't think we'll wait around for long. The parts that I forget is probably putting the thrust levers and things and putting the autopilot things into take off, if I can, that is, because I was planning on using managed speed stuff eventually. But I also forget to set up my VNAV, so the constraints that's in the approach or in the departure, I should say, do not get adhered to. And at this stage here, you see me flicking up. My controller, not my yoke, but my controller fell off its wee gadget and it stuck. And it all sort of made a noise, fell on the floor, got me into a situation that I wasn't trimming very well. As you can see, I was right there.
Contact Scottish Centre, 119.875. Good day.
But I think I managed to control it, no problem.
Going to 119.875. SUZ Lima Victor India 271 tree. Scottish Centre, SUZ Lima Victor India 271 tree is passing 2,500 climbing 6,000.
SUZ Lima Victor India 271 tree. Scottish Center, QNH 982, radar contact. Continue to IVG 30. SUZ Lima Victor India 271 tree. Climb and maintain 11,000. Expect flight level 410.
Climb and maintain 11,000. Expect flight level 410. SUZ Lima Victor India 271 tree.
Right, everything here went wrong, as you can see. I switched myself onto autopilot, and because it was trying to stop at the 6,000 originally, it put itself cruising, well not cruising, but sort of adhering to that constraint. But ATC told me to extend, and everything went on all at once there that I didn't manage to sort that out. So I got that overspeed warning because of that reason. Because I wasn't sorting my throttles and everything at that point, and hey ho, things escalated as you saw. But we've now got it back to turning round, not overspeeding, trying to get back onto the nav source and heading in the direction we need to head to. And I also now need to try and get it to climb, because we've now to climb to 11,000 as ATC told you. Which I don't think that was kind of right at this time, but there we go. But it looks as though I put it back into flight level change to climb, and I think I'm on the way as far as I know. I don't think there's much else that I really need to sort out here. I did tell you that little takeoff was all over the place.
SUZ Lima Victor India 271 tree. Climb and maintain flight level 410.
Right, well, this is where I get confused.
Climb and maintain flight level 410. A Lima Victor India 271 tree.
ATC is now giving me right up until my cruise level that I thought I'd set at 410. The plan. Because that's what Simbri told me. Ended up, I realised, wait a minute here, that's actually a bit too high. I will ask in a wee second when I stopped setting up my altimeter here, that I'll go down to 310 instead. And in the process of doing all this, ATC seemed to think I was to stay at 11,000 and annoyed me all the way through the flight, telling me to get back down again to 11,000. Of course it did. So I'm going to cut all that out because that got really annoying. I'm just letting you see part of this, my flying, and part of what we should be doing, or what I should be doing, rather, I should say. See outside, there's quite a lot of clouds as well. I'm going to get quite a bit of my little windshield. I'm going to have to sort that out. Later on you'll see me fixing that, but...
Scottish Centre, P Lima Victor India 271 tree. Request flight level 310.
SUZ Lima Victor India 271 tree. Climb and maintain flight level 310.
Right, we've got my clearance to just go to 310 instead of 410.
Climb
Which is
and
no
maintain
problem.
flight level 310. SUZ Lima Victor India 271 tree.
I do sort out my windshield, I do sort everything else out. I do get out these clouds eventually as well. So while I prepare to get underway and climb, I'm looking relatively okay. Doing looks fantastic in this kind of view. So let me get through these clouds, let me get up to more or less cruise level, and I'll see you all there.
Descend and maintain 11,000. A Lima Victor India 271 tree.
I brought you back at this wee bit here because this is me coming through the clouds. It was a nice, beautiful little view that I got, and that little ATC bit there was a prime example of what I was talking about going back down to 11,000. So I get that call out quite a bit, but I think this is all due to me and not adhering to procedures and whatnot. So I don't think it's got anything to do with any other sort of scenario than that. So let's get ourselves going in the direction of the sunshine and getting away from the rain. It's lovely views up here. Nice clouds, what I used to call cotton wool when I used to go flying, or when I went flying as a kid. Went to holiday and all that, we always used to look out the window and say, oh look, there's a ball of cotton wool.
SUZ Lima, Victor India 271 tree. Please expedite your descent 11,000.
There we go again. Showing you here what ATC told me to do. Because I think this was me checking to see was I supposed to do something different. But I did get clearance to climb. As you can see all through my messages. That's what I've done. But then again, I still think that's partly my fault as well. So I'm going to continue this flight, go all the way up, go down to descent, and I'll catch you on my approach down into Charles
SUZ
de
Lima,
Gaulle.
Victor India 271 tree. Please expedite your descent.
Well, I brought you all back at this stage here because I've noticed my windows are getting rather steamy. I think I need to do something about this because I think eventually I'm not going to be able to see anything. So I spend quite a bit of time trying to figure out what I'm trying to do, and I think what my aim was is I'll turn these gauges up first and we'll see what happens. This is not me reading any procedures or anything, by the way, this is me just trying to wing it. As the pun says, I'm in an airplane, I've got wings, I'm winging it. Yeah, I'm just trying to work out from myself how we get these windows cleared. At this stage, that seems to be making it worse, or it's just changing, I don't know. You can clearly see, look at that, sort of ice gathering up there, steamy windows. I'm not going to be able to see anything out of that, clearly not. And I think it's because we're going through clouds and things and that as well, and going through rotten weather. Because what you'll see, if you can see my MFD in the middle, that the weather isn't exactly too great around Paris. It's all sort of greeny, yellowy colours. So I think it's partly to do with that as well. But here I don't think anything's working, so I'm going to turn this up to the max. And I think what I do at this end as well is I try and think, wait a minute here, is there actually any air coming out? Even though they're turned up, is there actually any air clearing in? So let's just switch it on high. Let's see what happens now. Everybody that flies this plane can tell me what I'm doing wrong, but I need to actually read the POHs before I start flying. This is a sim, this is just for fun. Yay, look at that. Nice clear windows, perfect. Now, I don't know why I decided to switch everything off here. Because I think very, very soon my windows are just going to declog back up again. Because we're not clear of any weather, we're not clear of any sort of clouds and things at the moment. So I think by preempting and switching everything off, I'm going to have the same situation come back very, very quickly. So let's just stick around. Let me see if that happens. I think it will. I know you are all screaming in the chat, saying yes, it's going to happen. Of course it is. I like a simple, this sort of realism effect to it. Yeah, look at that, see? There we go. What I thought. So let's just make you dizzy again and get back down here.
SUZ Lima Victor.
125.7. SUZ Lima Victor India 271 Paris Center, AE Lima Victor India 271 is passing 16,700 descending 13,000.
SUZ Lima Victor India 271 Paris Center, QNH 985, radar contact. Continue to cove.
Yeah, thanks AGC. We've got the windows and everything sorted again. It does look as though we're trying to break out these clouds. I think they're quite low down as far as I remember. So we'll continue on for a bit until I can get myself down to a nice respectable bit through the clouds. And this was me just double checking there was no ice out there. So we're all good to go. So let's fast forward. I'll see you all in a wee bit. Hello again. Look, we're out the clouds, we can see ground, and we've got nice red sun, sunshiny skies up ahead. Perfect. Perfect view here. Now I don't know if my co-pilot's doing her job very well. So I'm just going to tune in the approach here. I don't know if I'm a bit early for it, but we'll tune it in anyway, preempt it, because I have been figuring about the settings, and figuring out what approaching things I'm doing and coming down. So I'm just making sure the sim's caught up.
Passing 7,600 descending 3,300.
SUZ Lima Victor India 271 De Gaulle approach, QNH 987, radar contact. Continue to PG 536.
Me just changing it to standard barrel. I did set up the barrel before that, so I don't think that's why I don't change it again. But I might be 1 degree out. At least we're back out where normal. We're underneath that transition code bit, so we really should come out standard.
SUZ Lima Victor India 271 contact De Gaulle Tower on 119.6 when inbound on the approach.
Tower on 119.6 SUZ Lima Victor India 271 De Gaulle Tower, SUZ Lima Victor India 271 15 miles northeast. Inbound as runway 27 left approach.
SUZ Lima Victor India 271 De Gaulle Tower. QNH 987. Cleared ILS runway 27 left approach.
Cleared ILS runway 27 left approach. SUZ Lima Victor India 271
You can see there that past bit there that I've not switched off. We're slightly to the left. We're not following what ATC had. We're following what I'm coming down and on the right runway. And plus, you can also hear from the noises that I've put my gear down at this stage. Now, I think I know how to work out the Garmins, I know how to sort out my approaches, I know how to work out what I'm doing that way, but I think I still need to learn how to fly the plane, in all honesty, because I'm putting this gear down way too soon. I think I've got all the flap configuration and everything down too soon as well, and this takes quite a while to reach its destination. All because of my configuration here. Well, there wouldn't be a video if I didn't do something wrong with it. Look at that views. This is why I like MFS. MSFS, I should say. Because our scenery is out of this world. It looks as though it's real, doesn't it? Better and better every day. I'm going to switch it flight path, that sort of guidance path, should I say, back off again. I forgot it was on before this video, and I had bits and bobs all the way through this flight to do in real life as well, so I wasn't farting around, oh, excuse my language, I wasn't sorting out my settings during the flight, especially when it's a brand new plane, and I was kind of not testing it, but I was trying to make sure that all the avionics and everything and my sim and everything didn't crash, so I don't want to go stressing out changing settings mid-flight as well on top of that. So I'll get all that switched off next time and get my button configured again for it, just in case. But we won't have that sort of guidance path in any more flights, I shouldn't say. But what I'm going to do as well is I'll probably put in the comments down, the description down below, the details of the creator of this plane. That is, because I got it from the marketplace because of the Xbox, so everybody should be able to do it, but it's been a plane that I've been looking for quite a while, and somehow I've decided I'll go for it. It's the next step up from the Vision Jet, I reckon. I do like the Garmins, I must admit. I prefer the Garmins over the 6-pack, and I'll get up to the airliners eventually, I know I will, but at the moment I think I like my wee Garmin setup. Then I'll go further afield with my wee Vision Jet as well. So a little bit more practice on this. It's a bigger plane. It's I think it's a Citation 7.3 Plus, or the CJ3 Plus. Just ignore that master caution washing. Start again. Just ignore that master caution warning, because we are going to get that one in a second, and it's all down to, it's because of this configuration I've kind of put myself in. And it's trying to say that I've not sorted out my fuel, and both my tanks are running low, and I'm certain I sorted my configuration out just a bit more so that we actually do land without having to sort of fuel everything out. I'm looking here to see what I'm doing. I think I end up take my flaps up, or I'll put more power in or something. I don't know. I changed part of my configuration right now anyway, and I make sure that we reach that runway. It should be coming visible very, very soon. There's clouds again. I think that ATC thinks we're going into 27 left, but I think we're going into 27 right. So we will be to the left, or to the right, sorry. Should be to the right of these little guidance things that are coming in. I'm sure 27 right was the better runway for the weather and things coming in, which is why I chose it. You can see there on that map, right enough. There's quite a lot of weather and things right about here. At least it's not raining. Look at that sun, look at that red sky. Look! What a view! Really does look good. We're on my glide path and everything as well, coming down here. I meant to say that earlier on, but look at that view. The plane's doing all the work. And I'm just monitoring it. I'm getting it all the way down. Doesn't want to take all this part of the approach and everything out. So let's face it, takeoff and landings and things are probably the best part of my video. The approaches and things coming in and sitting up in boring cruising stages. really silent there because I was just watching what I had to do. I'm recording this voiceover afterwards as well, so I was actually trying to think ahead of what happens. I think at this stage here, I should start seeing that runway. Traffic indent up, and that was just because it was detecting traffic on the ground. And as we get closer here, as we're coming down, there's actually an AI plane, I think it's an AI plane, that actually takes off on the other runway coming towards us, which is actually pretty cool. Watch out for it. And you should see the wee yellow dot on the wee traffic in sight as well. I'm glad I wasn't coming into 27 left with that plane taking off. Because we could have had a near collision there. To be a bit closer. Not at this stage, I don't think. So far so good with my sim kicking in. Nothing happening with any avionics or no nothing. Kind of expected to be in a different kind of plane, but the only difference is that MD decides to get this CJ3 Plus, that the PC users are allowed to use the tablet. It's been disabled for us console players. I think maybe it's just part of the production, I don't know.
SUZ Lima Victor India 271 wind 188 at 12. Clear to land runway 27 left.
Cleared to land runway 27 left. SUZ Lima Victor India 271
We are going to the left. I don't know which one we're going into. I know we don't go down the one that's got the glide path. What was I saying a wee second ago? About, what was I talking about? Oh, no, I can't remember now. Well, apologies everybody. ATC's just thrown a blank in my little head. But I'm sure it's soon here. If you watch out for this plane that I was talking about. There's a traffic warning coming up.
1,000.
You can see the distance. There you go, look. There it goes. Passing on our left side. That's pretty cool. Like it. Normally when I used to have on the 2020 version, if I had AI traffic, I would have crashed at that point. It's fantastic and get it all back on again now. Look at this view coming in. Now, what I've decided to do is keep the autopilot on all the way down, more or less close to the runway, because this is technically my first landing flying this plane in the all grand scheme of things.
400.
I wanted to use a big, busy airport to test it out, see if we had any problems.
300.
I had never set up my landing configuration and all that jargon and the Garmin's and the
200.
GTCs, so we're just going
Autopilot.
with normal. So there we go, there's my plane from now.
100.
Let's see if we can land this thing.
50. 5.
SUZ Lima Victor India 271 tree. Contact ground on 121.58.
Going to 121.58. SUZ Lima Victor India 271 tree.
Right, well there you go. I don't think that was too bad after all. I did switch on the little nameplates there just to see who was around in multiplayer. That's me just switching it off as well. Just to not put extra pressure on, because I am coming into a big airport and I'm wanting to see if anything happens. So I will continue this taxi all the way around. It does take a wee bit of time to get there. And I know I never put on my landing lights and all that jargon and taxi lights and everything on, but that's for another stage. Probably could have been done here because it's quite glum with the weather, isn't it? At least it's not raining like what the start of the video was like. So we'll just follow this all the way in. I don't know whereabouts I'm going because I never contacted ground. I'm just following these taxi lines. Should really be going to the GA section, but I've got a funny feeling it's going to take me into a gate. We'll just roll with it because we're coming into the main airport and the main scenery, so let me just double check. There's default airports, there's nothing added in. There is. That's so good. Looking fantastic. Well, I hope you all enjoyed my little antics in this little flight. I'm pretty certain that there'll be many, many more flights in this plane as well. If I did enjoy this one. And I do enjoy watching the real life pilots on YouTube flying it. The more and more I watch and the more and more I learn, the more and more I play. And we'll maybe if there's any multiplayer airliner flights out there, maybe someday I'll maybe join. If it's not too far, that is, and join in this plane as well. It might not compete with the big airliners, but it's not going to be. It's going to be better than my little vision jet in the grand scheme of things. Might be my new favourite plane. I'll never ever take both the vision jet though. Vision jet's top of the list. And maybe this might come second, and then maybe all the wee Cessnas and things. And the 2s and all that jargon, the wee GAs further down. Because, let's face it, I'm starting to get bored of the wee small planes now. Need a little bit more things into flying. For this. I think with that light coming on, this was me coming into the gate, and as you can see, there's actually an already plane on the gate already. Look, it was. So we'll not drive over that plane. We'll maybe just stop behind it because we shouldn't really be using this gate in the first place. Can't remember if it's an AI or if it was an actual player. But we'll stop here, we'll switch myself on. I'll do that off camera, switch myself on everything off. But I hope you all enjoyed yourself on this little flight. And until the next one, I shall see you all again soon. Bye for now. And thank you for watching, everybody.